Hello, this is John with Roadkill Incorporated, and I just wanted to do a brief overview of three of Apple's older PowerBooks. These are the Wallstreet, the Lombard, and the Pismo. Pismo is the better of the three. Wallstreet is the older of the three. You can tell it's a Wallstreet because it has black keys or darker keys. As opposed to the sort of translucent plasticky keys that you can see on the other two models, that you can actually look in there and see the scissor mechanisms, which is kind of interesting. The Wallstreet is notable because it's the last Apple computer to actually have the colored apple. So there you go. I don't know what this goes up to. I don't know if it will take OS X at all. The Lombard will take up to OS 10.3, and the Pismo will take up to 10.4 Tiger. So that makes the Pismo a fairly useful machine even today. Another distinguishing feature, I guess if you could call it that, of the Wallstreet is that it's very fat. It's significantly thicker than the other two. It's pretty heavy too, so obviously of the three it's the least useful. The Lombard's interesting here. This one happens to have a VST super disk. Remember those? 100 megabyte, it may have been 120 megabyte floppy drive. It never really took off. These units are interesting because you can remove the internal components just like that. You can swap them out. You can have two batteries in each one, which is nice if you take out the optical. This one's not letting me remove the battery, but as you can see, the battery is on the side there, and that one is not charged, or it's probably dead. So anyway, the Wallstreet, probably not too useful today. Like I said, I don't know if it can take OS X. The Lombard is still a decent machine. Like I said, it's thinner. It will take OS X up to, I think, 10.3. And we'll focus on the Pismo as kind of the demo machine. The distinction between the Lombard and the Pismo is that the Pismo has FireWire ports. If you look on the back, all of these machines have a little flap on the back. And you can see the two FireWire ports there. Those are especially useful because these machines have old optical drives. People forget that optical drives on iBooks and old PowerBooks just were not that great with reading recorded media. Burnt media. I say that these machines can take OS X, but the problem becomes getting OS X on these machines. You can go on to the internet and readily find OS X, version 10.2, 10.3, 10.4, but the problem is you end up burning them onto burned media, and these old optical drives most likely are not capable of reading burned media. So having FireWire ports on a Pismo is very nice because it lets you use an external super drive, external DVD player, that kind of thing. The other option is to get lucky with burned media or find original media kits, which are increasingly hard to find, and people will charge you $50 for a Jaguar kit. It's pretty silly. So anyway, long story short, it's nice to have FireWire. This machine has, like I said, the sort of translucent amber keyboard, as does the Lombard. To remove the keyboard, basically you just pull it up, pull the tabs just like on an iBook, and the keyboard comes up. And underneath here, it's very nicely laid out, very functional. You've got your standard wireless B airport card, which just kind of comes out like that, and you've got the antenna cable connected to it. Over here you've got your hard drive, and here you've got your RAM. I've taken out the two screws just to make this easier, so you take that panel off. This machine has 64 meg on board, and I put in a 256 meg module, so this actually has 320 megs of RAM, which is fine for Tiger. It's not a tremendous amount of memory, but it works well with Tiger. You can put a 512 in there for a total of 640. I actually put a 40 gigabyte hard drive in this machine. It's nice because this bay will take either the slimline 2.5 inch drives or the fatter 2.5 inch that come with titaniums. But the drive cage, it literally just pops right out. It's held in by this panel. So anyway, like I said, very easy to deal with. You've got the wireless card, you've got the memory, you've got the hard drive, and you can expand the hard drive and memory to a fairly reasonable amount. The processor speed on these, I believe, on the Pismos, I believe is either 300 or 400 megahertz. And this one is a 4, I believe. Actually, it may go faster, may go a little faster. I'm not too clear on the processor speeds, but I believe there, actually, I think I'm wrong. I think there is a 400 and there is a 500. I believe there is a 500 out there. So that makes it the equivalent of an iBook G3 500, the equivalent of the first generation slowest white iBook. But I found that these are very comparable to clamshell iBooks, and actually better than clamshells in a lot of ways, i.e. the FireWire ports, and just the general expandability, the fact that you have easy access to the insides of the machine, expansion bays, that kind of thing. They're just a more expandable machine. So anyway, that is pretty much it. Another notable element of these machines is the DC in jack. You can kind of tell looking at that it's a fairly big plug. The center pin is larger than the center pin on white iBooks and more modern PowerBooks. So this always becomes an issue. People get a hold of, an old clamshell iBook or one of these old PowerBooks, and the DC, the AC adapter they're used to using does not work. But you can get these ones with the larger pin on eBay for, not much money, $10 shipped. Let me know if you need one, and I'll send you a link to an auction. So anyway, there you have it. Like I said, if you have a choice in the matter, really the Pismo is the one to go with. It's still a somewhat functional machine, although 400 or 500 megahertz is not something you want to be using if you're doing anything but the lightest computer use. So anyway, I hope this was useful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.